This moment, this bodily moment, experiencing, this is our life. And if we say it this way, it's the core and the whole of our practice, being just this moment, this soul body in myriad forms. Though we find life, ourself, in the midst of self-centered thought, feeling, reactions at times, what we discover, especially as we sit, is that we are truly just just this moment, just this experience, this moment. It's important, especially to take care of harming and suffering, to take care and be this life, for us to notice what creates troubles, what clouds our vision, blinds our eye, our heart mind, what allows us to be this no hindrance, no fear, to be this myriad forms body. Everyone is Buddha, and yet you have got to, must grasp this fact clearly for ourselves. If I elaborate further, all practice, especially koan practice, but all forms of practice, we can say that there are three aspects to it, three aspects that at times are seemingly contradictory: faith, doubt, determination. Various Zen lineages emphasize these, bring these up. In our lineage, recent teachers, my teacher, Izumi Roshi, his teacher, Yasutani Roshi, more ancient teachers such as Hakuin, Dawei, and others have clarified and brought this up. Even Dogen, in some ways, though he didn't use those terms particularly. Doubt, faith, determination. Each contains itself and the other two. And yet sometimes we look at one, sometimes we look at another. If I simplify, doubt is seeing, facing this self-centered dream, this self-centered thoughts, beliefs as they arise, these feelings that we believe are the truth of who and what we are, and even more so, who and what others are, and what the world is. So I'll start here. because this is often the hardest thing to do, especially as an ongoing practice, to make use of doubt, to clarify, and if I say it, not be blinded by, not be entangled in all the self-centeredness forms that arise for us that seem natural, even in formal sitting, and all the more so throughout our life, where we are entangled by them, where we act them out, where we bounce off them, because when we bounce off them, we make trouble for ourselves, for others. When we generate fear based on them, then we make all sorts of trouble, all sorts of reactions of harm and suffering. And yet, if we're not willing to doubt our self-centered dreams and self-centered thoughts, feelings, stories, then sooner or later we'll run away from practice. We'll run away from challenging these because we hold to them so strongly, despite the fact that they cause us so much trouble in our doubt. Doubting is very simple. It's not a big deal. It's simply noticing as we're sitting, as we're being present, where we close off this life around our reactions to what if, how about, he must, she did, I am this, I am not this. I am this, I am not this. He is this, he is not this. She is, she isn't, is the exact forms and simplified words of caught in self-centered dream and holding to self-centered thoughts. This is exactly where Joko responds, neither fish nor fowl, clarifying doubt right here. Yes, our whole life is a mystery. The whole universe is a mystery. And in the midst of this mystery, we are this, if I say, experiencing, if I say this awareness, I could say all sorts of words, but those are just words. Useful words, but words to remind us. No hindrance, therefore no fear. This body in myriad forms, myriad experiencing. It's exactly who you are. Everyone we meet, of course, is also this. Everyone we meet is the truth, the wisdom and compassion of Buddha, the truth of Buddha's awakening. And of course, you are this. And yet, This we don't have faith in because we believe thoughts, feelings about so-called others and about so-called self and about this so-called universe that we have a story about and we hold on to rather than being as is right now. So, what are the ways that we refuse to do this? Even though the sutra says everyone is Buddha. All beings are the wisdom and perfection of the Buddha, not as some sort of abstraction or idea that you have to hold on to, but as our lived experience. All is the never-failing manifestation of the mysterious truth of the awakened one. Mysterious truth. And we don't like mystery, so our self-centered thoughts attempt to make something of it. What we can make something of, we think, oh, I've got it now. And therefore, when I've got it, I've got what it's not too. Not as well. That's better. If I say not too, you think it is not too, but sometimes we could misunderstand what is being this, despite the times when it doesn't seem so for us. When you don't see it as so in your daily encounters. Sometimes with daily encounters with others, sometimes it's daily encounters with our churning thought, feelings, memories, histories, stories about the history, projections. All of those are simple opportunities. Simple opportunities. On one hand, doubt. On the other hand, faith. How do we, despite their seeming contradiction, embody both of them? Both of those in this life that we own. Of course, if we go looking in all directions and trying to figure it out, yes, trying to figure it out seems to work for us in some areas. Certainly it works when you want to clean dirt off your hand. You take dirt called soap and use that to help you clean off the dirt on your hand. Excuse me. But it doesn't work here. Thinking it out, calculating further, that isn't going to help us grasp this life, this myriad forms that we manifest, that the universe manifests. It's not going to take care of it unless we're willing to be this experience as is. Not as is when conditions are A, B, C, but as is right this moment. That's why in Sesshin it's so easy. All you have to do is be just this moment. You don't have to do anything else. Sitting, walking, standing, lying down, eating, working, just this. And this is available to you, if I use such words, at all times. It is the experiencing that you don't have to have extra training for. In fact, you just have to cease all the training that you think you need, that you figured out you need. That you figured out if, when, then it'll be okay. So when we sit upright, or in all the myriad other forms, we are just this, if I use fancy words, this soul body of myriad forms. I shouldn't even say that, but experiencing fine this bodily moment, fine this life, fine, but don't get stuck in the words, or notice if and where you are, then apply doubt to the words that you're stuck in. Apply doubt, so to speak. If you want to say it in a fancier way, this great doubt. As Dogen clarifies, sitting is non-thinking. It's not something you have to add anything to being just this. Better not to say too much in sesshin, because you have this wonderful opportunity to, if I use the word, to enrich, to taste and be this moment that you always are, and to taste it for yourself. I'll talk a little bit more about faith, determination, and even doubt, maybe tomorrow, as we clarify this life that we are, doing it together, being this never-failing manifestation of the mysterious truth of the awakened life. To clarify that we, as we are this moment, are exactly the same as Buddha. And we can verify it for ourselves in our practice, with our practice, with our zazen. Thank you.